is approximately 12:30 on Wednesday afternoon, July 13th. The koi are just enjoying a treat of some mealworms. Put them in just a few moments ago and they've nearly cleaned them all up already. Not surprisingly, because they certainly love their mealworms. But what I'm actually out here to do at the moment is the pump that I had mentioned in a previous video I was going to get for the upflow filters on my shower tower. Just arrived about half an hour ago in the mail. It came much more quickly than I was expecting, which is great. It's a 2,400 US gallon per hour pump. One of the reasons I got this one is that the wattage on it is only 84 watts, which is amazing compared to a lot of the other pumps that we have available over here. The submersible pumps, the wattages are much higher, and the VariFlow pumps like you have over there in the UK cost upwards, of anywhere between $700, $800, even $1,000, so they're kind of out of the reach for a lot of people. This one was just over $300, including the taxes on it, so that's a really good price. What I'm going to do is get into the filter pit and disconnect the feed to the upflow and the shower tower, and then work out how I'm going to fit this in. I have an idea in mind, but I'm going to take a crack at that now, see if I can get that going. I'll take it out of the box and just show you what it looks like once I've done that. So bear with me for a moment and I will get back to you. Alright, there you can see the pump itself. It is in a protective cage. You can sort of see it through the holes in the cage, I hope. That is the outlet right down here. It comes with two different fittings. This one I believe is 1.5 inches, which I'm going to be using to connect it to the plumbing. This is the stepped hose tail that comes with it as well if you're using like the flexible tubing. One of the reasons beyond what I had mentioned a moment ago about the wattage, etc., was I am running a very similar pump, although a smaller capacity, to run the pond now, the 4280 US gallon per hour pump that I have running in there. Doing a great job, and because of the protective cage that is on it, that will keep any of the cold nest media that is in that biochamber where the pump is housed from getting into the pump itself. So I'm going to, as I mentioned, get into the pit, disconnect the feed to the upflow filters, and then see how I'm going to connect the new plumbing to this one to get it functioning. And I have an idea in mind, so I'm going to work on that for a little bit, and I'll show you once it is running. And with that, I'll just pause the video here and I will get back to you shortly. I am now down in the filter pit and I have removed all the media from the chamber, the biochamber that the pump was housed in. If you can look down through the water there, you can see the main pump on the bottom of the barrel. That's one again that was feeding this line, that was feeding the upflows as well as the two returns to the pond. What I am going to do now is disconnect this fitting here, cap this one off because I'm not changing that one. I'm going to just cap this off, and then the line coming from the new pump will come up into this one with a little bit of fiddling as far as what I need to do from a plumbing standpoint here. At least that's the plan. The new pump will go in here to the bottom, be adjacent to this one, just with the line from it coming up at a slightly different place. I'm going to leave all the media in this chamber for now. When I did take the bulk of the media out, I could see that some of it, although it can't get through the cage on the pump, was stuck into the feed holes there, or the openings on the cage, thereby reducing the flow somewhat. So I'm going to try and come up with a bit of a screen or something I can put in here slightly above the pumps themselves to prevent the media from getting down to them, and then get it back into a moving bed media chamber here. So I'm going to get that new pump in place, and then I will add another quick update once that is done. The new pump has now been installed, and I'll just put the camera down into the water so you can see the two of them side by side. while the plumbing configuration is maybe not the prettiest here, it's certainly doing the job. This is the control valve to the upflows and the one-way valve there. The other line that was coming up previously, I have put a end cap, or blanking cap as you call it, on the pipe there, so that's still functional if I want to change anything. I've taken all the media out of this chamber, as you can see. It has now moved into the other bio chamber, and I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'm having a good boil going on it, so it should be alright. And this chamber will get some biomedia in it, in all likelihood, once I can figure out a bit of a screen on the bottom to go over the pumps and prevent the media from dropping down on top of the pumps and restricting the flow. Now I'm not getting quite the flow I had hoped for out of the new pump, and I think a lot of that is because of the distance it's traveling here. So I'm guessing 10 plus feet, plus the height to get it up. There you can see the outflow filters. So to get the water pumped up there, that is quite a bit of head on it, lifting about 5-6 feet to get everything up there, which has definitely reduced the output of the new pump, but that's okay. But what that has allowed me to do is increase the flow going through the UVs, which is here, and also increase the other mid-water return, which is that one there. So I'm going to have to see how this operates for a bit, and then we'll let you know. I'm just going to climb out of the pit now, and we'll get over and take a look at the water that's coming out of the returns, and you will see, as I said, that it's not quite what I had hoped for. Because of the float switch, the pump is kind of on and off again throughout the moment here, and you can see that I'm topping the water up because it is down a couple of inches from what the normal level should be. So that will resume in a moment as soon as that tops up again, and then I will come out and take a bit better look at the flow to give you an idea what it is. I mean, it's coming out back on now. You can see still got a reasonably good return. It's better than it was, certainly, and certainly allowing a lot more water movement mid-water. You can see kind of the ripples on the top of the water here, where the mid-water returns are pushing the water up to the surface. And as I said, things will definitely improve flow-wise once the water level gets up to where it needs to be. And again, that's another couple of inches in here, and I will have to tweak the returns slightly to make sure that they're functioning the way that I want them, the mid-water returns, that is, to make sure I get enough flow. And again, you can see the ripples over here. That's where the one mid-water return is, the other one's on this side. So definitely improvement to be more current for the fish, and things hopefully will work out now that I have the new pump installed. And as I had mentioned a little bit earlier in the video, the nice part of this pump is that it is only 84 watts, so it's not adding a significant amount of electricity consumption for the pond, and therefore for my hydro bill. So all is good. The fish, as you can see, are looking happy. I'm pleased that things have gone the way they were. As I said, I wish it was a little bit stronger flow through the upflows, but that might actually be a benefit in not having it pass through there too quickly, so it'll filter out more fines. At least that's kind of the goal of the whole thing. And they are doing well. The pump, let's see, has stopped there for a moment because of the water level dropping. There we go. You can see the return now from the pressure filter, or the tower shower. It's 7:30 on Thursday morning, and I did get my new pump installed yesterday. You can just see it down here in the pump chamber, as I call it. I'll put the camera down in the water for a moment just to give you a bit better look. So as you can see, the two pumps are running side by side. The new one is the one on the left. The previous one, or the existing one, was the one here on the right. The new pump has been connected to the plumbing line here, which runs up there through the ball valve, the non-return valve, and then goes through the wall of the filter pit underground into the upflow filters and the tower shower, and I will show you that in a few moments. And in order to install the pump here, I took all the media out of this chamber and put it into this one here. It's bubbling very nicely. I'm going to leave it in there for now. The reason I'm doing that is, despite having the cages on the pump, the media was getting caught a little bit in the cage, not getting into the pump itself, but caught on the cage and restricting the flow somewhat. So I'm looking to build or come up with some kind of a screen to put across the top of the pumps here to prevent the K1 from getting down to them. Or I might just leave it as it is. It's working well. The one thing that I did take a bit of time yesterday trying to sort out was the water level in the chamber here. You can see I have my float switch, which is right here. Having both pumps running, if the valves are fully open, then the pumps are actually pumping out more water than the bottom drain will allow to get into the barrel. So that does prevent a bit of an issue. So I've had to restrict the flow somewhat. This valve, as I had mentioned before, controls the flow through the UV units. This valve over here controls the flow through the other mid-water return. And I wanted to make sure that everything was flowing properly. So I say I've adjusted them now. The water level is holding at this point in the barrel. It's been doing that all night long. So it's exactly where I wanted it to be. And the flow into the upflow filters and the shower tower is definitely improved. It's not quite as strong as I would have liked. But as I said, if I do allow more water through with the pump, it does cause some issues with the volume coming into the filters itself. So I'm just going to climb out of the pit now, if you sort of bear with me as I do that. And I'll show you the tower shower and the upflow filters, that they are both working well. I'll just come around here where they are. So the upflow, both upflow filters, I'll just pull the fabric down a little bit so you can see them there. They are working well. The other one is doing the same. And the water flow into the tower is doing very, very well. It is definitely a little stronger than what it was previously. And the nice part now with having the two pumps is when I'm cleaning the Easy Pod filters that you see here, I will shut off the main pump, but that will still leave the water flowing into the upflow and the shower tower. Alternatively, when I'm cleaning the upflow filters, I can shut off the upflow pump, and that will keep the water flowing through the Easy Pod filters and the biofilters. So in both cases, filtration will continue, albeit a bit reduced during the cleaning cycle, rather than shutting everything down for the hour, hour and a half or so that it used to take to clean all the filters. So that's definitely a plus. The fish are doing well. The water quality, as you can see, is definitely improving. You can see right down to the bottom of the pond pretty much here. I know it's not quite as clear as I would like to have it yet, but it's getting there. These darlings have been fed already this morning. I will get them a treat a bit later on. But they're looking great. They're definitely enjoying things out here. And I think the flow is definitely improved. If you look at the returns from the upflow filters, they're on the one over here, and then the one on this side. Definitely a bit better flow than what was there previously. So that's a good sign, absolutely. And as I said, fish are doing very well down in here, having a good time, enjoying themselves. The one thing I am going to be doing, hopefully later today, is taking this covering off of my framework here. It was supposed to provide shade to the pond, and it was sort of designated in the catalog where I got it from that it provided up to about a 90% shade, and unfortunately that does not seem to be the case when the sun is right overhead. A lot of sun is still penetrating it. I will find another use for it, I'm sure, but it's not doing its job over the pond. So I do have a covering that I used last year that I had replaced with this one, but I'm going to put that covering back on because it's a solid fabric and it will definitely provide more shade over the summer months. So I'm hoping to get that done today. It's a very nice day. Beautiful blue sky, as you can see. Not a cloud in the sky at the moment. So good day to be working out here. Temperature right now is a bit cool, which is wonderful. Just having my morning coffee, my breakfast, and then I will be out a little bit later on to start working on getting the cover exchanged and give the fish a bit more protection. And as always, my girl here out with me, just enjoying the fresh air. We had a nice walk this morning, so we are good to go for the day. So I will get back out and get the cover done, and I will update that in another video. So take care all. Thank you again for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and as always, very much appreciated if you hit the like and subscribe buttons and share the video with your friends as well. Thank you all and take care.